Aloha, Keiki.
Miss Sutrove here. Today, we're going to be using good old paper, which is just two-dimensional, to make a three-dimensional work of art. I'm going to be showing you how to make your own secret garden, or it could be a whole rainforest, or maybe the skills you learned today will give you a whole new idea. Whatever it is, I can't wait to see it. So, let's get started. You're going to need some supplies. The first thing you're going to need is a piece of cardboard. I cut this off of a box, but any sort of cardboard or thick cardstock will work. Now, you're also going to need some paper. This can work fine with white paper, but if you have some construction paper, or I found some origami paper, that would be beautiful. The first one I did, though, I just used magazine paper and looked for different colors that would help make my plants amazing. So, need paper and cardboard. You're also going to need one piece of scrap paper. It can be a piece of the magazine, it can be a doodle that didn't turn out right, but some sort of scrap paper. You will also want scissors, a pencil for at least a couple little things, and also some glue. A glue stick is perfect, but if you don't have any glue, look for some tape or something else for putting everything together. I'm going to show you 4 techniques that I used to make this piece here. And with those 4, you can make your own secret garden, rainforest, or whatever you like. So, these are very simple: cutting, folding, snowflake, and curl. So, the first of these is very simple. It's cutting, but we're going to use the scissors just as our pencil. And the first thing I'm going to do is make some of these branches or stems that are going to be in the background. So I'm going to take this piece here, and I see that it is smaller than my overall one. That's all right. My branches don't have to go all the way, but I'm going to just start with somewhere down here, cutting with my scissors a curvy line like that. And I'm going to save this piece for later. And then I'm going to cut alongside that line, and I'm going to decide how thick do I want this stem to be. But I'm going to follow, and then I'm going to go away. Now, I'm going to get back on the horse, and I'm going to follow there. Now I've got that piece, and what's neat is that I've got that piece there, and I've got some more pieces that can go off of there using these here. And I can make as many as I want or as few as I want. I can see if I want to have this connect on in a different way. Oh, look, I made that go up to the top. I think I might have mine go like that, like that. I'll think of that as my first idea. So cutting, we'll come back to cutting. But I just made myself some stems. And of course, that was really simple. But we'll see another way that we get to use cutting with folding. Again, I bet you've seen this before, where I can cut out a leaf, but now I'm going to fold. But I'm not going to fold right in the center, because I want to use this beautiful green piece of paper to make lots of things. So I'm going to cut it just a little bit, and then the cut plus the fold. I'm going to start here on the folded edge. I'm going to go around and back like that. And while I'm at it, I'm going to make a couple of those. 2, Now, what do I have? I have leaves. And these leaves are symmetrical. They're the same on both sides. It's like when you cut the paper, make a heart, but it's just leaves. But what's even more exciting about these is that with the fold, they're three-dimensional. Now, what if you don't want your leaf to be sticking out that way? You want it that way. Well, now it's white, but you can also go back on that fold, fold it the other way, and now it's facing that way. So you've got more than one way to use your leaf now. So another way to use the cut and the fold is to make a fern. I'm going to show you how to go about doing that. Some of my paper was really kind of messy like this, and if it had still been attached, it would have made the cutting harder. So now I cut so I have a piece that's just a strip like that, and I'm going to fold it in half here. Make the edges line up as best as I can. And I'm going to start down on the folded part with my scissors, cutting this way, and I'm going to cut up almost to the tip, and then I'm going to turn that paper and go back down almost all the way, but not quite. Turn the paper, go back up, turn the paper, go back down, turn the paper. Do you notice how my scissors are hardly moving? My wrist of this hand is not going anywhere. And my scissors are opening and closing slowly, just a little bit. It's the other hand that is doing all the maneuvering. It is moving the paper around. Turn the paper, go back down. Move the scissors a little, turn the paper, go back down. Turn the paper, go back down. There we go. And now I have a beautiful fern to make a part of my paper sculpture. And again, just like the other part, I can have it folded this way, or I can do a very gentle refold in the opposite direction. This one's skinny, so it's a little bit harder. But if I fold it in the opposite direction, we can have it go this way instead. It's completely up to you which way you want your fern to bend. Next, we've done cut, fold, show you snowflake. Snowflake, I call it that because I bet you've done this before while doing snowflakes. Now, we don't need a flower this big for this size paper. And that's what we're going to use the snowflake for, to make a flower instead of a snowflake. So, how you make the snowflake, move that there, is we need a square. And this square is too big. So I'm going to take a corner here. And I'm going to fold it down. Fold it down till it's about the size of the flower that I want to make. Make it a little bit bigger, like that. Now, I'm going to cut on the outside of that fold. And my square might not be perfect, but it doesn't matter. When I open it up, yeah, that's basically a square. It's not a perfect geometric square, but it's basically a square. Because I've got that back folded. And now, I'm going to fold it again. I'm going to fold it again. Now, every time I fold it, the corner that has only folds is going to stay where it gets tighter and tighter, and the corners that are open are the ones that are going to come together. It really is just like making a snowflake. I'm going to fold it as many times as I can, and then on that open edge where you can see the white of the paper, I'm going to cut a round shape through all the layers, and then let's unfold it. Here we go, and look at what those folds did. It made it all crinkled like it is a snowflake. And look at that, I can have it pop that way, I can have it pop that way. And now I've got a flower there. And I can make a smaller one to go on the inside. So, same process. This one a little bit more like a star. I'm just going to make a cut there. It's even easier than a snowflake, isn't it? Because it's less cuts. And so I'll show you how I'm going to use this one. Is that's going to go right in the middle. And I can glue all that together. I said we'd need a pencil, but we haven't drawn a thing. We're going to use a pencil in a different way. It's going to help us use our fourth technique, which is to curl. You can make your ferns, your leaves, little pieces of paper, whatever you want. Have a curl by making the paper learn how it's supposed to go. And in this case, it's supposed to curl around itself. So carefully with the pencil, or even sometimes with your finger, you can have it do whatever you want it to do. Some of the little bits of the fern are tricky, but you can make it work. So, have you noticed how I haven't glued or taped anything down yet? That's because I didn't really know where everything was going to go until I made everything. So now, I'm going to really think that out. So I liked how those stems went originally, but what about the flower? Where do I want that to go? I could put it there. I made another little one too that I think I'll have up above. And I have these red curls that I made. Maybe they're coming down off of the tree. Could they be up top? And there's the ferns, and I like one of the ferns being white, but see this other piece I have? That's from when I cut the ferns out. Ooh, sometimes the scraps are the best part. Maybe something like that. And now, I've taken pieces off again because now I'm going to glue them. Glue stick will be best, but you can use something else. Do you see how I covered that piece completely? I used my scrap paper to put it down underneath, and that makes it so that I really can get the glue everywhere. So see how it sticks nice and smoothly there. And get all these pieces on the scrap paper, make sure it's there, get the glue covering that, and then place it back where I saw. I decided to use those branches up there, make it one big tree. And the flower, I'm going to put that dot in the center. Now these ones I'm not trying to get the glue everywhere. I'm trying to get the glue just in the spot where it's going to touch, and then everywhere else I want it to stick out. That's the whole point of this. It's a sculpture, so just in the center of the flower there, press it down right there and make sure the rest sticks up. With the leaves, I'm gluing just a little piece of the leaf, and with the ferns, those two, just one side in some areas, and even that grass I'm making stick up. Here's my finished secret garden. I can't wait to see your three-dimensional sculpture. See you soon.